What's up, savvy expats? Nobody ever said that moving to a completely new country halfway across the world would be easy. Of course, it comes with its own sets of challenges. That being said, in this video, we dive into the 5 hardest parts about moving to the Philippines that not only I've experienced, but also my past clients as well. So, without wasting time, let's get into this. Kicking off this list with the first challenge of moving to the Philippines, that is building a social life. Now, this goes without saying, but of course this can be applied to just about any country in the world that you move to. Because, just imagine, you spent the majority of your life in your home country, you've already built up your friend circle, you found people that you click with, and you know which places to integrate yourself in. But on the flip side of the coin, you move out to the Philippines and it's a completely different story. Why? Well, in my personal experience, you already have multiple different variables going against you as soon as you touch down in the country. For one, you're still adjusting to the culture, so learning how to navigate social etiquette, humor, and dynamics is completely new to you. 2, socially speaking, you could be a fish out of water. Common questions you may ask yourself is, where do I meet the right people who align with my interests and hobbies? This in turn also means that you'll have to navigate around the city you choose to settle down in and familiarize yourself with the area. Not to mention, and we don't talk a lot about it on the channel, but get used to cracking jokes and it going right over people's head. I don't know, maybe that's just my personal experience because I'm not actually that funny. And when you as a foreigner or a balikbayan socialize out here, also get used to being treated slightly differently. So not all these are bad things, but more so just challenges that you may have to navigate once you arrive here. At the end of the day, it goes without saying, just give yourself time to adjust to these minor changes in life. Because I'll tell you, when you land out here, you're already eager to integrate yourself into a community of people. And to be frank, sometimes it's not always just as easy as look up a few Facebook groups and join a couple of meetups. In my personal experience, although Filipinos are of course the most kind and hospitable people in the world, I've only have a solid handful of people that I was actually able to build lasting connections with. And you may be thinking, Evan, how could that be, being that you're Filipino? Well, yes, but of course, being born and raised in the States, there's always certain mindsets and social dynamics that tend to differ between the two countries. Not that that's an issue, but it definitely changes the way that you tend to socialize. Now, the second thing that you want to watch out for when moving to the Philippines is getting overcharged. So allow me to give you a little bit of a background on myself and also tell you a quick story. If you didn't know, alongside with this YouTube channel, I work one-to-one with expats to help them in their move to the Philippines. And this isn't just some basic information that I consult them with. Essentially, I'm their boots on the ground guy who actually takes care of the essential and crucial things they need to get done for a successful move to the Philippines even before they touch down here, so that everything, once they arrive, is completely settled for them. In short, this addresses all the unknowns and uncertainties that come along with moving abroad, especially as a retiree. You just don't want to handle that kind of mess. From consulting their visa work to finding and securing an affordable rental for them, I take care of the whole A to Z process. Which, by the way, if you need something like this, you can apply to work with me and my services in the link in the description down below. So, just a heads up, I only have 3 more slots for the month of February because it's a very personalized and tailored service. So we have a free 15-minute call down in the description. But anyhow, that is the service that I provide for expats, and for this particular expat, I was working with a client coming from North Carolina. And as part of my deliverables to him, I found and secured a rental unit here in BGC for him. And so part of getting these leases secured for my clients, I work with several real estate brokers around Manila. 8 times out of 10, when they hear that I'm working with expat clientele like yourself, they almost always ask me to mark up the price so that we get a bigger cut. Essentially, you're getting skin taxed on your rental unit. And for me personally, that's not something that I'm willing to do, so of course I don't work with these individuals. So although you may not see it behind the scenes, what contributes to some of these exorbitantly priced condos here in Manila is not the market value of itself. We can all vouch and attest that some of these condos in Manila are not worth its price. If anything, it's brokers marking up the price from upwards of $400 to $500 in some cases. That's not something that I would want you to deal with, and of course, I'm sure you wouldn't either. And that's what I'm here for, to help you take care and smoothen out these mistakes that will waste you a lot of money in the long run and could easily be avoided. Now, the third thing to watch out for when moving to the Philippines, or should I say before moving to the Philippines, is potentially getting yourself into a long-distance relationship. Let me just preface, there are countless, and I mean countless, expat and Filipino LDRs that do work out. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk to a potential partner online. No, if anything, that's actually a great way to connect leading up to your move here. But at the same time, I mean, just like any other country, there are many LDRs that don't end up working out here. Of course, that's a risk you know you're willing to take, and it, again, isn't just exclusive of the Philippines. This can happen anywhere in the world. The guy meets his Filipina online, they start chatting each other up for a couple of days turn into a couple of weeks into a couple of months, feelings start to fester, and before you know it, she's off with another expat. And the thing is, certain cases here in the Philippines, and again, I'm not trying to shed a bad light on Filipinas whatsoever, but there are those individuals that chat up multiple online at the same time. The only difference is that this expat, among the plenty of others that she was chatting, just happened to be the first one across that quote-unquote finish line and end up in the country before the rest of them. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to shed a bad light on Filipinos whatsoever, but again, these things do happen. And the reason I bring this up is because I have had 2 or 3 clients in the past that experienced situations just like this. So I thought I'd warn you. Now, the 4th thing to watch out for when moving to the Philippines is navigating the bureaucracy. Of course, the bureaucracy out here in the Philippines isn't going to be giving you a painstaking headache day after day, but when you do have to deal with it, it's a horrible process. Things that take 5-10 minutes in the US can easily drag on for hours, if not days here. So when you go to the US Embassy or immigration, it's not uncommon to see long lines. That's why it's best, if you can, to try and handle as much of your paperwork online. By the way, I do have a free resource for you. If you want to be able to navigate Philippine immigration with ease, then you can check out my free 15-step checklist for moving to the Philippines down below. Essentially, in this checklist, I just cover the crucial steps you need to take when moving out here to the Philippines. Now, the 5th and last thing to watch out for when moving to the Philippines, which we have talked about countless times on the channel, is the traffic. You thought traffic in New York was bad? Think again, because Manila is worse. According to a study done by Waze.com, Metro Manila statistically has the worst traffic in Southeast Asia. To put it simply in one word, the traffic out here in Manila is outright horrendous. Don't believe me? Well, allow me to paint the picture for you. What may take you 15 to 20 minutes without traffic in Manila to get from one destination to another could easily, and I mean easily, take upwards of 45 minutes plus with traffic during peak hour. And anyone who has lived in Manila knows that me saying 45 minutes is being very generous. Sometimes even you'll find yourself sitting in a Grab or whatever car for 2 to 3 hours plus. I can say with full confidence right now, it's about Saturday at the time of filming this video, I've sat in the car for upwards of 4 or 5 hours easily. Anyways, there you have it, savvy expats. Those are the 5 things that you need to watch out for when moving to the Philippines. Let me just say, I am by no means trying to paint a bad light on the Philippines, but more so give you a different perspective on the potential challenges and road bumps you may face along the process of moving out here, which I and countless other expats have. At the end of the day, once you do get past these initial road bumps of moving to a new country, it's smooth sailing from there on out. Once again, if you need somebody to guide you by the hand in your move and actually be your boots on the ground and work for you on your behalf, you can book a call with me, 15 minutes for free, in the link in the description. If I do feel like I can help you out, then we will move forward together. But other than that, thank you for watching Savvy Expats. It was a pleasure as always, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.